Welcome back to the Fan Mail Mondays with myself, the fabulous Daniel, Final Trekker King. I don't call myself Daniel usually. I don't know why I did that. And I'm joined by James,
Daniel,
the Mustache Man Heaney, and Morgan. The beard's just about coming back. Summer Christensen. How are you boys?
couple of weeks it'll be back.
It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm surprised how quick mine's grown back. To be fair, because I had the goatee going again about three weeks ago, and I thought I didn't really like it, so I kind of shaved it all back. And
heart to heart.
Thank you.
What's wrong with the goatee?
What's wrong with a goatee?
Just that it represents the devil, but other than that,
Name one non-creepy person that has a goatee.
Stone Cold Steve Austin pulls it off quite well. Creeper. Jesus. Hello, Pill. Hello, Morgan. And Dark Page says, looking good, Morg.
how about George Clooney? George Clooney. No, he doesn't have a goatee.
Well,
He
Dwayne
doesn't have a goatee.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson had the goatee going for a little while, didn't he?
No.
Hey, he did. Google it.
The anonymous mask that has a goatee, right?
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
No.
Listen, I have people saying I pulled off the goatee, but it's gone now anyway, so you don't need to worry. Yeah. Accusing me.
A lot of the characters I've made for like fantasy video games have had goatees, and they've all been upstanding characters. But I can't really remember all their names now.
I can't think of a single one.
Well, I think the goatee gets a bad rap because it's always traditionally been the evil person was the goatee, right? Like if you look at the Bond films, like Blofeld and that, I think had a goatee. Like if you look at Spock in the Mirror Universe episode, he's coming out with the goatee. Like it's always we need to make the bad guy look different, honestly, so we put the goatee on.
It is a pretty easy way to make somebody look evil. Just slap a goatee.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It gets a bad rap. Jafar has a goatee. There you go. That in Aladdin, I think. Was it Jafar? Yeah.
I think Jafar was just misunderstood.
No doubt. I mean, everybody is a shade of grey, really, aren't they? As we know.
I mean, he's pretty straight up evil.
Tony Stark has a goatee, but you wouldn't call Tony Stark evil, although you might. Again, depends, doesn't it? You know, evil corporate.
Why do they have to have a civil war then? You know.
Why do they have to what?
Oh. Why
did
they have to have a civil war
if Iron Man wasn't evil?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Shades of grey, man. Everyone's got a past. Morgan says darkest timeline ever. See, there's loads of examples of it. But there's a list somewhere. I found a really good list of people who can pull off a goatee.
That's creepy. You've just landed yourself in the creepy list, Danny.
Me?
You've looked up lists of people that aren't so bad with goatees.
Well, because this conversation came up before, right? Here's the list, right? You tell me. And to be honest, it's not a great list. Leonardo DiCaprio is number one.
Wait, where's the list?
I just googled it. Johnny Depp was in number 2.
Wait, did you Google a list of people with goatees?
I literally just Googled. Well, I binged for list of people with a goatee, and it says here's a list of famous people with goatees. Number 1, Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 2 is Johnny Depp. Number 3 is Idris Elba. I like Idris Elba, to be fair.
Yeah, he gets a pass.
Harrison Ford is number 4.
Nope.
No. He does not look good with the goatee.
You got Hugh Jackman.
In fact, I wish I hadn't pictured it.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman in 5.
Hugh Jackman doesn't have a goatee.
Does in this picture.
We can't see the picture, Danny.
Well, that's fine.
He's painting it in my head.
Will Smith has a goatee.
But he doesn't normally have a. Will Smith assaulted somebody on national television.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
That's pretty
He says here, look, there's a picture of The Rock with a goatee. I'm telling you, he had a goatee for ages.
Did he look creepy?
No, everyone likes The Rock. The Rock's a nice man, I think.
How do you? No. We can't trust anyone anymore.
That's true. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's okay?
Not us anything. No one.
Oh my God, this Lizzo shit's insane. I cannot believe it. It's like I thought I couldn't be surprised anymore.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to believe. I feel like there must be some sort of misunderstanding. It can't be real. I don't even like Lizzo.
Dwayne Holloway, you're not being original, but a good scripted live stream overall. What the heck?
What is
What
it?
does that mean?
Who said that? What?
On the YouTube chat, Dwayne Holloway, you're not being original, but a good scripted live stream overall.
Yes, we completely scripted this.
Well, in all fairness, it's not our script. We've been using the script from Smosh Games for quite a while now.
Oh God, yeah. I forgot. Can you believe we used to be associated with Smosh at one point?
I can. What's so funny is yesterday I spent a great deal of time trying to remember Dave, and I don't even remember his last name, but Lasercorn's real name. I knew him at least 5 years before Smosh even existed. I can't even remember his full name, but he used to sweep the floors at the West Side Eclectic.
Did he really?
Do you remember his last name? Yeah.
Wow.
He was more into stand-up. I don't think he did improv, but I don't see him doing any comedy anymore.
It was pre-West Side Comedy Theater?
It was West Side Eclectic and all the way into West Side Comedy Theater. Because that's how, like, when I don't remember. Honestly, that was the big hang-up. I was like, I don't know. I thought about him. Oh, there was a picture of him with Andrea Renee.
His name's Lasercorn?
His name's Lasercorn. Oh, I mean, you'd recognize him. He was definitely there at the same time as you.
Who is this person?
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember him as Lasercorn.
I used to be good friends with him.
I know this
When
kid.
I used to have a goatee back then too, in Pils Right. But I didn't list myself because I'm absolutely on the creepy list.
I didn't know that he was with Smosh. That's funny. Yeah.
I guess all big careers in YouTube start at the West Side Comedy Theatre, but
It seems striking. Yeah.
You would want to like hang out there and then like, see if it happens.
is it offensive to you two, by the way, as improv performers, to be accused of having a scripted live stream?
No, that is about the nicest thing anybody can ever say to
that's
you.
true. Because,
My favorite thing is when people come up to me after a show and be like, "That was great, but like, how much of that was scripted?" It's like, "Oh, how much of it? None, absolutely none."
I guess that's true. Actually, if you're a really good improv performer, you can't tell it's improv. I guess.
My favorite thing is to walk out of the green room and have just people be like, "Oh, good show, good show," and then not start a conversation with you, and then you get all the way to your car and get home before anyone talks to you.
That just sounds.
Pelagius just put. I just want to say the Pelagius pointed out the things that I don't even want to say out loud on what Lizzo did, and here's where I say there must be some sort of misunderstanding. I can't imagine a world where anyone would ever even say out loud, insinuate, allude to having somebody eat a fruit out of another body part. It just sounds like
it's like a well-known show in Amsterdam. Like it's
What?
There's a
Have you
bar
been
that
to
go
Amsterdam?
specifically for these things? No, but I mean,
I'm just saying, there's a lot of
Amsterdam.
that going on in Amsterdam.
that's specific. It just, in my mind, as soon as you start to even say those words out loud, you must just be packing your bags to get the fuck out of town because you're gonna get canceled. You can't, like, who's gonna say that out loud? It seems insane for somebody to say that to a worker. Could you imagine any boss you've ever had at any job being like, "Well, it's pretty important that you eat this banana out of this orifice"?
Did you read the transcript of the Rudy Giuliani allegations?
The transcript?
There's a
I've been
transcript
listening.
of the audio recording that she made, and it's fantastic.
No, I did not.
I can't say all the things that he says on this, but it's wild. Let's just say old Rudy's a real boob man.
Well, when you look that good at that age, you just keep smashing. You know what I mean?
All right, let's move on. Any announcements? No. All right,
Wait a second.
James is. Okay. Go on, James.
Here's a big announcement. I got a new microphone.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is why I didn't want him to tell me about it before the show because I knew I was going to hear about it 5 times today.
Did I tell you how buttery it makes my voice sound? I can't believe you didn't even say anything about it, Morgan. You didn't.
When is
you
the
didn't hear
butteriness
it.
going to start?
It started. This is it's like you could dip vegan lobster into it.
Ew. I had vegan lobster the other day and it was not good.
Really? I've been
Yeah,
wanting to try vegan sushi. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. This was a specialty roll. It was like made with some kind of mushroom, and the texture was just not right, and it was like a little too fishy tasting. And I was like, "Oh, I don't like this."
Well, I guess they put
Yeah, if the
extra
best
fish
sushi
flavor
doesn't-
in to try and hide the fact that it's not actually seafood, right? They just
best
normally you do that just by
sushi
adding a little bit of seaweed.
Yeah, making it more fishy tasting is the wrong direction for their vegan lobster.
Yeah, it's too much sometimes. If you're into like fish and chips or like Baja style fish tacos, the Gardein vegan fish is really really good.
All right. So the other announcement is Wednesday night. If you're in LA, Original Understudies is having their 1-year anniversary show live
Happy
at
birthday.
9 p.m. Thank you.
Just waiting for my invite.
Will it be live?
Oh my God.
Will it be live streamed?
I've begged so many times. And honestly, if there's ever an improv show that I'm in, I don't care whose show it is. If I'm in it and you've decided today's the day you're going to go back on stage, I will fight anyone that tries to stop you from stepping up. And you have my word on that.
I need to wait long enough so that no one at the West Side Comedy Theater remembers who I am and I can start over again.
I start all of my classes with a speech about an event that happened between Morgan and I. And
what event? Our two-man show?
Just like different things, like the improv that you've laid before us. I kind of put you up on a pedestal. There's never. Well,
yeah, I showed you guys how the art form was done. Now I need to let everybody catch up, and then I can come back.
And I tell them that if they believe, one day he will arrive back.
I heard about a very amazing service. Apparently, there's a company that hires non-Christians so that when the rapture happens, the non-Christians can go and take care of your pets because the pets aren't going to get raptured up to heaven. So if you're a Christian and you want your pet to be taken care of, you can hire this company to come and take care of your pet after you've been called back.
Let's get jobs.
The concept being that the Christians will be sent to heaven.
Yep.
And we will be hell on earth.
The pets will be left here.
But the pets will be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
But what's Earth? Is it just Earth is still the way it is now, or does it become like
read
purgatory?
Your Bible, Danny. It's in a book.
I'm not.
Take a look.
Listen,
it's a reading rainbow.
listen, my friend. As a card-carrying atheist, I'm looking for some extra, money on the weekends here. So if I can get a job on it.
Here's the thing for me: if you're gonna be an atheist, which I think is great, that's fine. You should read the Bible.
I've read the Bible. I went to Catholic school. It's just been a long time ago.
So why are you asking me about it?
Oh my God! Let's move on. Both Sox would like to.
It's important. And also not the Catholic Bible, the real Bible. Come on.
Is that the Mormon Bible?
The King James.
The King.
Okay, you got me there.
Only Bibles that come from English kings do I trust.
Good Lord. So you C of E now, right?
So the thing is after the rapture, because it's during, the apocalypse, so the rivers will run with blood, and there's going to be fire everywhere. You want to make sure those pets don't die, and somebody's there to keep them alive, and the hellscape that is when San Francisco expands to the world.
Yeah, but that's kind of why I was asking, right? Because if it turns into the rapture and the place is just hell on earth, would you want your pets to live through that anyway? And aren't the pets innocent?
Like,
what did the pets do?
Because it like after the rapture, I think there's a time where it's just like regular, but all of the Christians are gone.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound.
That sounds great. I mean, there'll be less traffic on the.
Great. There's
why would it not be great? Because they want it. That's where they want to go. They're happy. There's far less traffic on the roads. There's plenty more room on the train. You can finally get a seat. You know what I mean? There'll be plenty of jobs going. Like it might solve all of our economic issues. This sounds like a win-win-win for everybody. The pets get a new owner.
Actually,
you know what I mean?
Everybody's
happy. C'est la vie. Bring it on. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Bosucks 2K1 would like to know, and this has got nothing to do with anything, but will James and Morgan ever do videos together in person again, or do you live too far apart now?
Too far.
Too far.
At least a good 15 minutes.
We could be neighbors, and it would be too far.
I think part of the problem.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, James's apartment is smaller than a closet, and even though Morgan's is not much bigger.
Mine is much smaller, actually.
Or indeed smaller.
That's the thing.
My apartment is way smaller than it is. But I'm just one person.
Yeah.
And no dog.
And Morgan is because of his double life as a secret agent, no one can know where he is, and no one can see all the secret equipment.
500 yards.
500 yards.
Which is closer than he ever said I was going to be allowed.
Yeah, I really let my guard down.
Could you see him from your window?
No.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, should we do some comments?
I would love that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So here, at the end of the tribulation, Jesus Christ will return with his host of heaven, as well as the church, to establish a Masonic kingdom on earth. His kingdom will last for 1,000 years. So after the rapture, there's still at least 1,000 years of just regular stuff.
Oh.
And then the second coming is when it turns into a lake of fire and Satan, all that stuff.
Oh, well, I must have misunderstood, and we are in alleged cancelable territory. But here's my own misunderstanding. I thought the whole idea was that he already came the first time. So when he comes the second time, that's when all hell is going to break loose, right?
That's what
Unless
she said.
I misunderstood. The first time around was the stories we read, and the next time it's going to be, in my opinion, a scenario you don't want to leave your dogs and cats with.
Well, that's what I was saying. The animals are innocent, right? So why would the animals not?
But Morgan's saying the second, there's actually going to be one more. There's going to be one more period of good times. Is that what it is?
Regular times.
It's also
regular
contradictory,
times.
right? Because if Noah's Ark was like, we've got to build the boat to save all the animals, why is he now sacrificing all the innocent animals at the end?
Because humans won't need them anymore.
But we didn't need them then because he was about to wipe everybody out.
Yeah, but animals were put on Earth to, give us.
Hold on a second.
So you're saying
they were here before us? I thought. Now I'm not a religious scholar, but I thought we were basically the cherry on top was humans.
No, angels were first.
What you're effectively saying is God doesn't approve of vegan restaurants.
I don't know.
That's the argument that modern Christians make. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. They seem like lovely people. Should we move on with the comments?
Yeah, I do think that maybe we should start a second channel that is just religious.
We should probably we should avoid religion and politics,
here, just in case.
Yeah. Right. Well,
how are we going to learn?
But for the record, before we move on, if you need somebody to take care of your dogs or cats after you get pulled up by the rapture,
I'm free.
Morgan, Danny, and I are, I think, halfway decent people.
You just start go onto the website and then started a donation of $150 a month, and that'll cover all the food and everything after you're gone to take care of your pet.
Yep.
We need the money up front.
Yeah, of course. How are they going to pay us after they're raptured? Their bodies are going to stay here, and their new bodies are going to be in heaven. Come on.
Yeah.
Remnant 2.
So this
Remnant
is
2.
Remnant Deuce. It's have you guys had a chance to play it yet?
No.
Wait, I'm trying to find my script. Where are we at?
I looked at it a little bit. I looked at your guys' gameplay, and I don't think it's for me.
It's actually well, you like Destiny 2, don't you?
Yeah, it's all right. It's like that.
It's a little
first
bit.
person?
It's not first person, but the actual when you're playing co-op with somebody and the way that you kind of progress through missions and stuff has a very Destiny 2 kind of. It's a bit like Destiny 2 combined with a little bit of a Souls vibe combined with a little bit of a Mass Effect vibe. There's all kinds of stuff going on there, but it's actually really good. I don't know why you'll be
too many.
It's
too many different kinds of things.
One of the most popular games out there right now, but Morgan's giving the face it's not for me, so it's not for anybody.
Is it cross-platform?
I'm not sure if you can play multiplayer together across platform. I haven't tried it. I'm gonna say no.
I keep getting pressured into trying to get this, and they keep saying it's like Dark Souls if it was gun playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's
which
for me,
when Morgan and I play,
I've ever played that's I end up not liking it.
I wouldn't say it's incredibly Souls. It's not as Souls-like as something like Lies of P, right? Where that is very much just copying the formula 1-to-1. It's just got elements of so
just RPG elements. So it's not really a Souls-like. This is the other thing.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not a Souls-like. It's not as hard as Dark Souls either. It's not got that criminal, level of difficulty. Bosock says it's like Remnant 1 for context. Thank you.
Thank you, Bosock. Now that makes a lot more sense. Remnant 1, not that fun to me.
Yeah, I didn't have that much fun with it either, but I also don't know if we played it correctly.
I never played Remnant 1, but word on the street is that this is a huge improvement over Remnant 1. It's got double the amount of active players. I think it's doing something right. But
yeah, it's probably good. I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah, which is fair. Bill says somehow it's exactly what I expected. An hour-long, 10-minute tutorial, Burn. Would love to turn it into a full playthrough. Well, the good news, my friend, because every weekend, and we just did it this past weekend, me and Zach are going to stream it on Saturdays and Sundays, same time every weekend. So, tune in. Dark Page says that I can get behind this. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And at H Collector says, great game. The class selection doesn't matter much. Thanks, Danny. Besides starting equipment, you can change classes at any time.
Read this, you filthy casual.
Sorry. Brad says, this game is actually the third in the series because there was an obscure VR game that nobody had ever heard of, including me, called Chronos Before the Ashes. I didn't know that myself. That's a good fact.
I have a question.
Yes.
I went and cleaned out my storage unit this weekend, or I organized it to be finally cleaned out this week. I have an old HTC Vive headset.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
are those still viable? Like, is it still kind of in the realm, or is it?
It should still work.
I think they were like $600, right, when they first came out. It was like around that time.
Well, you've got a Quest 2, haven't you?
I've got a Quest 2.
I've got a Quest 1.
Okay.
I'll never buy another Quest. Period.
Well,
could you use the HTC Vive?
That's what I'm asking. It would. In specs?
Oh, I thought you were wondering if you could sell
it. I was going to say, I mean, it would work.
I'm not trying to sell my Ridge 27 for $8,000 because it's an antique or whatever.
So it's a HTC Vive.
Yeah.
What year did you buy it?
With cables. Oh, but they need all the cameras and stuff too. I gotta get rid of it
because there's different. Yeah, if it's got all the different pods and things, it's a pain.
You can have my Oculus Rift. The problem I have with it is that well, I don't have enough space, but I don't think you have enough space either, right? I can't use the Oculus Rift. Let me give you my Oculus Rift because I tried to sell it on Facebook, and all I got was scammers trying to really just get the best.
The Rift isn't better than the Quest, right?
It's better than the Quest, but it's not better than the HTC Vive because it hooks up to Steam. The Quest was not a Steam. You couldn't.
I think in terms of like specs and stuff, like you guys have got talking about the old stuff where you had to put the things in the corners of the room and all that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is its own inconvenience, but
I do not want to do.
Yeah. So neither of them are going to work for you if you don't want to do that. That's why something like the Oculus Quest is good because it's a standalone unit. You don't need any of that extra stuff. But the other thing to think about,
but you can only play the stuff that's like on the Oculus platform. You can't play Steam.
No, you can absolutely. You just plug it into your PC and it works.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just the Quest 2.
No, I think they all have Link.
It's just that they abandoned the Quest so quickly that I was like,
sucks.
oh, it's not.
Yeah, you need a Quest 2.
Investment.
Yeah.
Every couple of years you have.
But then the stuff you've got is probably long abandoned as well. Like, obsolescence is unfortunately a fact of life, I guess.
Pillows make it a good play for me to play Remnant 2. Morgues and Dark Souls with guns and roguelite elements. There are several worlds that you go through in random order, and they have randomized parts to them. It does sound fun.
Well, glad.
That sounds a lot more fun to me than it's Souls like, dislike, that like.
Okay, I'm feeling attacked, but that's fine.
Bosoff, can you guys do a full playthrough of that game where you clean houses and decorate them? I think you did a Humble Bundle on it. That game was terrible.
It was a good game. It was a Souls-like. It was kind of a Souls-like.
It was Disney Speed Chasers like.
I don't think that they're talking about the game that we played. I think they're talking about.
He's specifically talking about that game.
Huh. I thought there was another one that Danny and Zach played.
No, it's from the Humble Bundle, but he's so confused about the title of that show that he just called it. I think he did a Humble Bundle on it.
Yeah, I don't know how that got confusing. It's pretty simple. We called that series my not so humble choice bundle. It rolls off the tongue once you say it a few times in a row. It's kind of like a tongue twister.
Brad Hahn, by the way, you can pet the doggo. Duly noted.
And then Morgan, why didn't the can explode? Is this the setup to a joke?
Well, there was there was a well, you know, like a barrel or a propane can, the kind of thing you would expect yeah, the kind of thing you would expect to be an environmental damage object, but it didn't.
And I was like, okay. After I saw that, I was like, I'm out. I'm done.
Okay. Well, great. I'll leave you two to bask in your own glory then, since I'm being thrown under the bus.
That's James. Who's that guy?
It's you, Morgan. It's the you that's always inside somewhere, waiting to escape the clean-shaven face. Bow socks at 23:45. No, they have separate health bars. Yes, you can hit them simultaneously. But if you just hit horse, it doesn't do any damage to the horseman, which is why I changed my strategy and started using the wide arc spell, because it was doing damage to both players or characters.
Bosox 2K1. Hey, James, rumor has it that your bike post broke. Mind telling the story?
I don't know if Danny's heard this story yet, but my bike
has.
Well, let's let Danny tell us if he's heard it. Danny? Danny left, actually.
So,
there he is.
Sorry, did your bike post break? You should tell us that story. I haven't heard of that one before.
It was a dark and late and not stormy, but night. No, I won't tell the story again. My bike, I got to ride for the first time since I bought the new bike. I got to ride it last night with no issues, no flat tires, no nothing. It was wonderful.
You bought a whole new bike?
Basically. I mean, not really. I bought a whole new bike, but it's not new. It's used. So whole new to me. The bike post, I don't know if you heard this part, but it broke inside the frame of the other bike, and everything was like mangled together. So I got a new bike.
You got an entirely new bike?
That bike had a quick release. Seat, and someone stole that quick release seat within 8 hours of me buying that bike.
You don't have a covered place to put a bike, right? Only that side thing?
Yeah. Okay. But my other bike had stayed there for 15 years, no problem.
Have you seen those bikes that you can kind of fold down into a briefcase?
I want those. Those are really expensive. I could probably put that in my closet, but it's still pretty big.
Yeah. I have my electric bike and I have my regular bike, and they're both in my apartment, and I never ride my electric bike.
Doesn't that take up most of the room of your apartment?
Kind of.
Do you literally sit on the bike to watch TV?
I'm stood up in a corner. It's like two bikes, my kitchen counter, my kitchen sink, and then that's that whole wall. Jeez. And then the other wall is my bed, my TV, and then my desk that I'm sitting at here. And that's
it's just got to be so scary to ride the electric bike anywhere, knowing that everyone that you pass is thinking about how they're going to get your bike from you and steal it.
I guess we live in different neighborhoods.
I guess.
I mean,
Hill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Danny?
I was just going to say that I suppose it's unlikely, like statistically, but I've seen it happen quite a lot. Like people are targeting specific types of bikes, specific types of motorbikes, like especially in like central London and places like you see in broad daylight as well. Like people organized, right? Like there'll be three of them, like one chasing, two on a bike. They'll come alongside you, knock you off it. One of them will jump on the other one. Like there's a whole thing. Like it's scary, man.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
I mean, not for the person who's just got a bike nicked.
That's just because England has like a long history of highwaymen, and so it runs in the blood a little bit.
I mean, it's organized crime. It's not chances just stealing a bike. I mean, like it's people specifically targeting certain types of bikes and then properly organized, like lightning fast. They're in, they're out. It's scary stuff. Like I wouldn't ride a bike. Certainly not in like central London. Like I wouldn't.
Wow.
Yeah. Not unless it was like a cheapo, rusty kind of like nobody wanted it kind of bike.
James has been trying to play that game for years.
Yeah, I was actually, I know that we take so long on these videos,
Oh,
but I was
God,
at the bike center and
Oh,
I was
no,
saying that
stop.
I got the bike because I didn't want something that was going to make me a target to get my bike stolen. And they're like, and they said, they basically think I'm an idiot every time I go there, even though they're my friends. But they're like, all you've got to do is get an expensive lock. They're looking for locks that are easy to break, people that lock the wrong part of their bike. They don't care if it's a poor person bike or a rich person bike.
Yeah, but it's not locked if you're on it.
Lock fast.
It's not locked if you're riding
true.
it.
So that does not count for that. But I've never heard anybody getting, God, I don't want to say it out loud, but knocked off a bike and then having it stolen out here. Usually they just go and clip it. But like they both wear, not wear, they have like a $400 lock. Mine's like a $60 lock. And they said that like my lock's pretty good and most people just pass it. But if you have a $400 lock, nobody's going to try to get it because it would take too long to go through.
I mean, you can sit on Main Street, Santa Monica, and if you sit there for long enough, you'll see a kid skate by with a Sawzall.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
grinding wheel, like all the time. And you're like, that's for stealing bikes.
Mm-hmm.
What with a what? What's it called? Sorry.
Either a Sawzall or like an angle grinder.
Oh, I see. So it's like like a saw thing.
So that they can just, they just have on a battery pack, so you can just walk up and zip the lock off and then ride off on the bike.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they're saying is like, if I really want to not have my bike stolen, what I should do is invest in a better lock, because they were like, they could show me all of the teeth just falling off of those things on theirs and drills just burning out. It reminded me like they were talking like Payday 2, but their locks, I don't know what makes their locks don't look all that special to me, but whatever. They're really, it's a type of metal, I guess.
One time I was coming out of the West Side Comedy Theater, and this guy was like, "Oh my God, my bike got stolen." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Did you have it locked up?" And he's like, "Yeah, I had it locked up right over there." And I was looking at it, and it was in front of the natural gas thing that's like right before the breezeway. And I'm like, "Wait, where'd you have it locked up?" And he's like, "On this red pole right here." And
There's like, no top to the red pole there.
Yeah, they're just it's just like literally a pole. There's no angle or
they just lifted the bike up and walked off with it.
Yeah, I was like, bro. I was like, you locked into this. Like, we were going back and forth for 5 minutes. Like, I was trying to get him to realize how stupid he was without me saying it. Eventually, I was like, it would be impossible. They just lifted it off and walked away. And he was like, oh.
Amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. Pill says, so are you going to do all 165 bosses run? I like Soul Series co-op and invasions, but this seamless co-op mod and recently playing Remnant, having an easy way to join and not getting kicked after every boss is better quality of life for sure. P.S.
Yep.
We're not keeping track of final blows to the boss's score or anything, but Morgan currently has 4 and James currently has 3 at the moment. So Morgan, in terms of death blows to bosses, is in the lead.
Well, it's tough because James is in the back just like beep, 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 throwing his little spells, and so like sometimes it's gonna sneak past me and hit him on the final blow while I'm up there doing the real damage.
All right. Dark Page says, I miss weapons that would let you cast as a skill. I thought there still was. I think there is magic scaling straight sword that casts a stronger version of glintstone pebble. There's also a magic spear ash of war that fires a magic projectile and then thrusts forward quickly. Somebody in a different video mentioned spears being perhaps helpful. I might go for a spear.
I know where to get that sword. I don't know where to get the other one. The spear.
Dark Page. I feel like the good option, and I'm not suggesting this kind of behavior, but being an older... Did I? Oh.
Does that...
Oh, I thought that was a reply. I thought that was a reply.
Well...
Does that mean that all enemies have a buff? What does that mean?
Like from us joining together? Like, are they stronger than normal?
Oh, I don't think so. They haven't felt stronger.
Well, yeah, but there's 2 of you.
2 of us.
That's the point. If it's balanced correctly, you wouldn't tell, I suppose. So I don't actually know the answer. I don't know if you do, Morgan.
I don't know. Because I don't know how the mod works.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like the good option, and I'm not suggesting this kind of behavior, but being an older gentleman like yourself, actually, never mind what, I would expose myself. What? What is in reference to?
How old you are?
Uh,
Expose himself to what? Now I'm very curious about how to cheese. Maybe.
Maybe we were talking about exposing ourselves in this video. I don't know though. It sounds like a weird thing to talk about.
Wait, I just read the next comment. Oh no.
All right, which one? Oh,
Sorry, this one.
gosh. All right.
Yep.
You know, this is the second time I've heard Morg mention Sam Smith as a church reference.
Yep.
And I don't know for sure, but I think he means to reference Hosier. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea myself.
I definitely thought that Sam Smith's saying this, but it's definitely Hosier. Yep. All right. Thanks, Dark Bitch. Thank you for the correction.
Okay. And then Isaac Sims. I haven't watched this long, so I don't know what you've all done. But James, a spear would be very good for your character. Your goal as a sorcerer is to deal damage at a distance. A spear would allow melee damage at a distance, mitigating damage. You will probably be pretty squishy as a wizened wizard. And then Isaac says, Mr. Heaney friend, recall, if you will, the fact that you can hold down the spellcasting button to charge every spell for more damage. Is that true? I tried and I didn't feel like I was doing any more damage. I thought maybe that was just for certain spells. I didn't know it was for magic. Okay. I don't need the silent treatment. I had tried it with the little things, and I was not seeing a difference.
The glintstone pebble doesn't do it?
I mean, it's possible that I just I wasn't noticing it. I should check for sure, but I didn't think I was seeing a significant difference.
Kamikaze, who's that baby face playing with James? Adventure Bits. Brad Hahn, it's not Morgan. That's true.
Oh, so you admit not Morgan is now you. I see.
Uh-oh.
No, not Morgan is the character that I play in the game.
Okay.
Kamikaze.
Got him.
James, if you'd like to try something different without respecking, try out melee magic. Like Carrion Slicer, it's super fast and spammable magical longsword. Melee magic is my favorite build in Elden Ring. Also, Clayman Harpoon is a very strong weapon. It's the only weapon with innate magic damage that can also be buffed by spells, greases, and you can change its default Ash of War too. That sounds fun. And then Mikhail Rose says, yeah, exactly. You don't have to be a boring glintstone spammer. You could be a cool Spellblade build. Yes, let's do it. And then 3510. Why are you like this?
I'm assuming that's about James.
Oh.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, this is I see. That's to my death. What are you talking about? You always drop down.
Yep, I think that was
That
you, James.
was Morgan's fault.
That was
That's
literally
what I
said.
was talking about?
How is that Morgan's fault?
Yeah.
Wait, go back and hear where I say to look on the left side.
Don't bother. Let me just fill in the blanks for you.
Here, folks.
Morgan said,
Cream in
"Don't
his
worry,
jeans."
James. You can just drop down here." Old creamy jeans. Old creamy jeans. Oh, this is I see.
No, I can't see a logical reason why you would ever do that. I mean, if we break it down, right?
Oh, this is
You got to go back farther.
Yeah, but
we can rewatch
mean,
this whole video. But what Morgan's gonna claim is that he told me there was places to drop down to. But as you can see from the evidence, sir, that information was not received.
Can I just
even
say?
if it was given.
Can I just say the following, right? You you poke the camera over the edge. You see that down there?
Nothing.
I mean, I don't know.
What do you see there?
I see a little lump coming out there. It doesn't look that far.
There's a ledge, but you also die to that ledge.
So now you've moved a little bit, and you can see through perspective how that isn't a ledge.
And you can see that I'm not purposely going down that hole. I'm trying to run around looking at the edge.
You're running down an unwalkable ledge, so I would say yes, you are trying to purposely fall down that hole.
You always go to the left on those things.
How
I've
far
told
back
you
do
that a
ones
million
go?
times.
About there?
No, I mean, it doesn't matter. We know that I told them.
All right, I'm coming for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we get it. We can go back now.
Okay. Kamikaze says, people in my town, instead of keying or slashing tires or what have you, they would place frosting side of Oreos all over the car. In the heat, the Oreos would start to melt, which destroys the paint job. Bologna and frosted donuts work as well. If you need to be really sneaky, give the birds some food mixed with some laxatives.
Ugh.
That sounds this all sounds highly implausible. But
Back when I grew up, we just pour gasoline all over cars and light them.
Yeah.
Then when people got back,
faster.
they'd be like, "Whoa, what happened to my car?"
Oh, you let him get out of the car? Weird.
No, no. I actually have never keyed a car, slashed a tire. For the record, Your Honor.
what? Not even
or
to
put
save the
Oreos in
planet.
cars. Not even to save the planet.
I think I tried to stab a tire of like a defunct car one time. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need
It's harder
you need one with the right handle really, so that your hand doesn't slip through the thing.
Yeah.
Give it a good old forceful nudge in.
I stabbed myself really hard one time. I had a Gerber Gator knife, which is it's got that rubberized grip, but it's really nice. Really, I mean, a great knife. It's like $30, and I was like, flicking
You
it
said
all the time.
Gerber? Gerber?
Yeah,
Like
Gerber
the baby
knife.
food?
The knife company.
They
Gerber.
okay. All right.
It's a last name.
Okay.
And I'm flicking it, and I was getting really good at just flicking it out. And I was sitting in a work truck, and I like flicked it really hard with my right hand, so I could flick it with both hands, and just stabbed myself in the thigh all the way. Like
Jesus Christ, that sounds disgusting.
And it went past the the curvature of the blade, so it was at least
Ah,
an inch and a half.
I don't want to listen to this, man. This sounds.
Ay. Did you go to the hospital or anything?
Don't
or
worry,
did you
I
just
didn't go to
fucking
the
deal with it?
doctor or nothing. I just dealt with it. I taped it up, worked the rest of the day, and
Fucking
then
hell.
every time I'd sit down to go to the bathroom, I'd just like make it talk to me.
You'd just be like,
Please stop. Please stop.
I dumped some stuff in it.
oh fuck me, I don't even want to listen
I'd
to
look
this.
at it and stuff. I was young. I was strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, Morgan just went to sleep.
It's a good thing you weren't infected as well. Jesus Christ.
I kept it
Good Lord.
cleanish.
Isaac Sims says, now that I say that about the spear, I just realized that there are a lot of cool intelligence scaling weapons that you might want to hold out for later. I'd say maybe just focus on spells and have a good shield right now. The Academy of Ray Lucania has a lot of weapons, armor, and 100% physical blocking magic scaling shield. You've got a lot of options in that castle for bad old mage equipment.
We're close there too. We only have one leg to go before we get there.
Yeah.
We didn't finish. We'll talk about it after when we start. I don't want to
Mhm.
give anything away,
Well, technically, I think all the videos we made are up.
Oh, then we're not all the way through Castle Morn. I think we do Castle Morn. I think we do the Frenzy Village. I think we go and try to get that lightning spell from the bats. I think we go and do the cave behind the poison guys. I think we.
Do you want to go straight to the stuff I never did in my walkthrough and just pop it all done first?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll kill a tree. We'll do the thing. We'll get the spells.
Yeah, that
Chill.
sounds good. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, here's Dave the Diver.
Dave the
Let's
Diver.
go with the sushi restaurant. A very kickback game. Fun. Very fun on the toilet.
Have you heard?
100%.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Zach saying.
Go ahead. Well, it is. Well, I'll explain it all in a second. But
100% Zach Dant Potty approved. Okay.
so Zach's got a new rating system because he's got his Steam Deck now, right?
Yeah.
So Zach rates how much he enjoys a game based on how often he plays it while sat on the toilet, and
Jesus Christ.
yeah, so it's a brand new review. We're talking about doing a series, right, where he literally does game reviews sat on the toilet, and like it's based on how long
I
he
love
can.
it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
but it's money, right? Like it's gonna be so. If it's like a leg kit, like if he can barely walk afterwards because he's cut off all the circulation to his legs, then it's a good game, right? Like that's a 10 out of 10 solid IGN. But like if he's wrapping up quickly because he doesn't care, and like it's a bad game. So that's the system that we're playing on. But Dave the Diver, he'll happily play and sit on the toilet for a good 30 to 40 minutes playing Dave the Diver. So.
I have questions about this game. I haven't seen the video, but when you guys were talking about playing it, and Zach has definitely been pushing it. And then I watched the trailer. To me, the trailer looks like it's trying to be 8 different games as well at once. Is that true?
It's trying to be 2 at a minimum.
Okay.
How best to put it? Are
they mini games?
No, so in the daytime, you go fishing, right? So basically, you dive into the ocean, you've got to basically harpoon fish. And I mean, Morgan, you're not going to be on board with any part of this game, to be fair, but you
should see the mass slaughter that I've been doing in Minecraft.
Okay, fair enough.
I make about 50 cows, and then I just...
So well, fair enough then. So yeah,
it's because it doesn't matter. Like in the real world, it does, but like in the video game, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So there's a moral.
I guess with the video game, it's literally the food chain being depicted. So it's but anyway. So in the daytime, you've got to go fishing. You dive in. You've got to harpoon the fish and collect as much fish. But then there's a bunch of other stuff you do in the daytime as well. Like people keep giving you side quests, right? So like diving for shipwrecks or doing stuff like that.
Oh, shipwrecks.
Yeah, like, finding treasure and all kinds of stuff. But then at nighttime, it turns into a restaurant management sim.
Now I'm out.
So you have to basically manage a sushi restaurant. So you run around, like you have to deliver the food to the tables and pour the tea and set up the menu for the evening and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of like 2 games in one in that kind of respect. But it's really fun. I enjoy it.
Well, because you like management sims.
Yeah, but it's not 100% management sim. Zach likes it. Here's the fun thing, right?
50% of the game is like, it's not for me.
It's
not for me.
When it started blowing up on Steam, I sent a link of this game to Zach, and I said, Zach, we should play this, and he was like, what, this looks like absolute trash, blah blah blah, and he just got really angry at me. And then he played it and he was like, oh, actually this game's really good. I was like, why did you hate it when I sent it to you? He said, oh, it's because you sent it to me, I don't trust you. Like it's basically that kind of thing. So it was just I was a bit offended, but anyway, I like it. I think it's good. Pelagius says confusion. Zach is Zach. Madness, dinky voice acting. Danny showing off his natural inborn British skill to pour tea perfectly and search for the seaman civilization. What a thriller! There is a
That's
bit
pretty good. I mean, that we should copy paste that as the description.
That was a better description than I gave it. There's a section in the restaurant management bit where you have to pour tea like for the customers, and apart from one occasion where I slipped and let go of the button, I did it perfectly every time. I just poured the tea straight to that level. It's great. And then finally, it's more Shared Souls. It's episode 3. Let you boys take it away.
This is scarily accurate.
What?
I just asked Bing Image Creator to make an image that's James, Danny, and Morgan doing a video review YouTube show, and they kind of nailed it.
Sorry, say that again.
Our images?
I asked them to create. I'm trying to get to the chat. I'm going to send it to you. To download it and then upload it.
Are you playing with AI again?
No, come on, every day.
You turn it into James every day,
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of accurate.
Is it?
You can tell which one is which.
Yeah, you can tell which one's which. And I'm getting glasses today.
I'm gonna put...
You're not the one with glasses. You're the one with the red beard, you sicko.
Wait, hang on a minute. Let me
Wait, put this up.
let me put this up on the stream so people can see it. Hang
You
on.
think you're the guy in the middle?
Of course, I'm the guy in the middle. He's got a half mustache. Zach's the one with the ear piercings.
Zach
And Danny.
isn't in this. You're the one with the red beard. Danny's in the middle, and I'm on the left.
Oh yeah, that is you on the left.
I
That's not me
thought
on the
James was in the middle and I was on the right.
Mm-hmm.
James hasn't got a beard.
Red beard?
Yeah, but he's got my face shape.
Danny's got a red beard.
I have
Look
a
at Danny's
somewhat
face.
red beard. I need
Danny
to dye
has
it
a red
again,
beard.
but yeah, it does go gingery.
But this guy in the middle doesn't look like James at all.
He's the only one with a
None
mustache.
of them look like me because none of them have curly hair.
It's fair to say that
yeah.
none of them look like any of us. Like, wait, what?
Danny, if you close your eyes, it is undeniable that it looks exactly
If
like
the guy on the right was
close them and try.
bald, it could potentially almost be me. If the guy in the middle had a more pronounced mustache, it could and you took the glasses away, it could almost potentially be James. And the guy on the left, I think we've all agreed is somewhat Morgan because he's got like dark hair and a beard. But I mean, we're just. This setup is way too professional for us. Like, you know, none of us are that thin. Like, none of this is correct.
You heathens can be satisfied.
I mean, that apartment is twice as big as any of our apartments. Like, I mean,
That's true.
But it does look like I made the furniture.
None of this is
Okay.
accurate. Oh my god, what have you done?
I fixed it.
Go on then. I
I
can't see
haven't
it.
even seen it yet, but I can tell by his voice it's perfect.
I fixed it, guys.
Come on, get it in there.
Oh.
Oh
Did you ask it to be using the cell phone for a camera?
I can't look at it.
no! That is
This
accurate!
is totally us in an alternate universe. Or maybe just in the future, like give it like 15 years, something we all get together. We're dyeing our hair to look like we're not so old.
Oh no! What have you done? Oh
I
no!
fixed it. I definitely fixed it.
Oh, the guy on the right looks so much like you, and the guy on the left looks so much like me. I mean, I don't know what's happened to James.
That looks just like me when my hair grows out.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh.
All right, I'll fix it. I'm sorry. I'll make it better.
No, we got to move on. We got to move on. Oh, I'm shrinking things. There we go. No more fixes.
All right. Well, El Mono Mike says 1 minute and 30. Now that is one badass intro to a battle like a boss. Sweet Jesus Yibs.
Okay.
Let's have a look at that. 1 minute 30. I believe.
What?
Yeah, that is pretty good. But
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You came in, you greased your sword up, you stabbed him in the back, and you left. Why not?
yeah,
52 minutes 50. Next staff will be the one you get by defeating Moon Mummy Lady by exchanging her soul. And you might want to search very well that Moon Mummy Lady place, since there are many magic things for you to do in that area. But for now, Uncle Morg's got to the cave with Alexander in it, down at Caleb, and pick up the magic katana for Jibs. That would be a solid one for him.
ooh, a magic katana. That can't be real.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it's real. It's a video game, but
Well, I believe in it.
It's already powerful enough, you know?
I guess you were talking about
Okay.
what to do, strategy. I guess you were
Yeah.
strategizing there, but Isaac Sims is so excited for another journey with you guys. The Fellowship of the Shared Expert Souls walkthrough of James bathing in Morgan's tears with his baby bottom bad old mage build. Make sure you guys touch the mud in the next episode. It's very important.
Okay, we'll touch the mud. Which is down in river, in like down below, right? Is that where the mud is?
I think he's talking about the lake.
The underground lake?
Nope.
Okay. The lake. All right. And then this is a great comment from Isaac Sims. James, you need Oral Decoy, if for no other reason than for tradition's sake. Morgan secretly told me in one of our many secret chats that he wishes you would use more Oral Decoy. He also mentioned item management is very important, and he would like you to spend a couple hours prior to each episode doing it with you. Oh, okay, cool. His words, not mine, of course, from one of our super secret chats. I thought it was a bit excessive, but Morgan insisted. You got it, bro. Morgan,
we're going to have to start an hour before each recording session doing tech.
Yeah, and clearly we need 2.
Oh, my God.
All right. And then Elmano Mike says those last 6 minutes are very intense gameplay right there. Fire, fire, burn, 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 fire.
James, your fashion is struggling. That traveler garb may be a bit more magely, but you require a super large pointy hat. Basically a requirement to be a bad old grizzly mage. Edit, you did exactly that. I should probably watch the whole video first. Isaac again. I commented a lot on this video. My bad. Porgies. You grabbed the Ultra Greatsword. Awesome. Now try it with the Lion's Claw, Ash of War. It's located in Khaled in a castle. You have to kill a lion. It's worth it. You smash things and get almost infinite hyper armor.
Ooh.
Porgies,
Morgan, if you won't for James, and this is from Hysteria 80, if you want for James to have easier life and help you more in fights, you could spend 15 minutes to acquire Academy Glintstone Staff and Crystal Sword. Just go around Stormvale Castle, kill Thops in the Church of Irith for staff, then ride through the lake west to the village of the Alberneckis. Yep, that's what I said. Past the well and across the wooden bridge on a body near the edge, you'll find sword. Upgrade weapons and enjoy easy early and mid game.
I know where that sword is. The glintstone staff you can get as a drop though as well, right?
So we wouldn't have to kill Thops. Do we want to keep Thops alive?
It doesn't. If he drops his pebble, I don't think there's a storyline reason to keep him alive. Like when you kill him originally in the church.
Uh-huh. And this is from Brad. James is totally the guy who would hide a zombie bite from the rest of the party. Oh, Michaela Ruse, this is nothing more true has ever been said.
Does it feel good to have your character laid bare like that?
I can't believe. I mean, who here among us wouldn't hide their zombie bite?
Me.
I would totally be. I'd put an ascot on and be like, no, I've just always been a Scooby-Doo fan. I've always thought Fred's necktie was great.
I would bounce. I wouldn't tell anybody I get bit, but I would just go off into the woods and become a zombie.
Yeah. You wouldn't kill yourself to stop the infection from spreading?
No. I want to stay alive for as long as possible at all costs, period.
Even as a zombie, when you're effectively dead anyway?
Yeah, what if they come up with a cure?
And what if it's actually amazing being a zombie? What if it is just pure joy every moment? You don't see it because from the outside it looks like rah, but that's on the inside,
yeah. But I mean, at least they don't have to pay the bills, so they don't have to worry about the rent, and they don't have to worry about having a job, and they don't have to worry about all of that stuff. Like they're just like it's like almost regressing into being animal form, isn't it?
Anarcho-primitivist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So it's a cleaner way to live, I suppose, in many ways.
I've always thought it to be the highest form of evolution is just being a zombie.
Just to be a zombie. Agelos Malios 3217 says, I know what I'm about to say is completely irrelevant to the video, but Morgan is way more handsome when he's shaven. Also,
wow.
also really glad.
I just have the opposite thought, so that's very interesting to me.
I think you look cute either way, but I guess it's nice to get the feedback. Also, really glad to see you guys do a Coop playthrough of this great game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of fun. I wish the other Souls games had co-op this easy.
Well, you've modded it, to be fair.
Yeah, I wish that they would just, take business into their own hands and make a game that's easy to join and have, a fun,
they have
easy
a lot of
quality
other
life.
stuff to concern themselves with.
Yeah,
like making
what?
the game good,
I guess. And this is from Pelagius. Another nice episode.
Oh, we skipped this one,
happening.
James.
Skipped one.
Oh, skip one. Sorry,
it's me, JF6KZ.
No, that's
I like how James just follows Morgan like a clueless baby. Okay. Are we sure we skipped this?
Yep.
With no recollection of everything he's done in his 124 video playthrough. Also, seeing him keep struggling with basic controls will never stop being funny.
Late bear.
Okay, another nice episode. Lots of fun stuff happening. Thanks to Morgan dragging James around. Those 165 bosses are going to be killed in no time. A thing for James to understand: dexterity is necessary for sorcery, since it governs your casting speed. You want dex to be at least 20 if you want a pure caster build, and around 30 to 40 if you plan on doing something like spell sword. Pure caster might be... Yeah, pure caster might be better, though. By the way, who and why left 6 minutes of silence and black screen in the end of the video? P.S. We're still not keeping score, but Morgan has 6 final blows on bosses and James has 4. I don't know how this happened. I edited it and edited the last 6 minutes out. I guess I don't know how I don't know. So here's what happened. I saw that it uploaded wrong, and then I edited it. But what turned out is I edited it and made it only the last 6 minutes of darkness. So then and it takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours before you can see what you've done. So when I saw that it was all dark, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to re-upload it. And it said that I could revert it to the original. So then I did that, and it took another like 2 hours to get there. So then I edited it correctly, and I thought I saved it, and I guess it didn't.
$50, ladies and gentlemen. $50.
Okay, the last 6 minutes was for you to meditate on what you've seen.
That's true. You do need a period of reflection.
Better at the end than in the beginning.
Rule Styles Botnet, part of the mod 2806.
Oh, what's that?
Let's have a look. 2806. Darling.
Somebody just whistle at you? We crank that volume?
Opening my water bottle. How did we get that dragon? Oh, maybe me falling through the ceiling? Probably.
Killed the dragon when we...
Oh, we killed a dragon. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. We got a lot of runes for nothing when we I think because we had the dragon out, and then we just 5 hearts and 80k, so it's multiplied.
Wait, where are you reading that?
In the chat.
Oh, 5 hearts and 80k. So we killed multiple dragons there?
I guess, yeah. It just glitched and gave us a lot of stuff. Maybe it killed all the dragons.
Oh.
I mean, we should go back and see if the dragon is there still.
Yeah.
And then if he is, we'll aggro him, and then we'll travel. Yeah, that's true. 5 dragon hearts. Very weird. 4038. James, I don't know what Scarlet rotted me. Must have been the zombie dragon. Also, James immediately forgets about the Scarlet Rot and dies at 4139. Are you sure you have no relation to Clive Waring?
I don't know who Clive Waring is.
I'm about to find out.
Which do you want to watch? 4038.
I mean, I totally know. I experienced this myself. I don't need to see either of them, but I don't think there's necessarily a reason to watch either. I guess the one that's more important is 4139. That's when I die.
Clive Waring, the man with the 30-second memory.
Sounds about right.
Oh, you don't need to engage them at all.
Well, in all fairness, I am trying to keep up with Morgan, and I only have 2 health potions. So I'm trying to use them at the last second, and I did forget, but only for a couple seconds. Scarlet Rock kills you so fast. If I would have just back-to-back used those things, I would have run out of health anyways. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Good for you. Kamikaze Eye says 1 hour, 30 seconds. What did Morgan say again?
Oh, no. Wait, was that? We'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
Wait, stick to
He
the
said
side.
we'll be all right.
Don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in,
Don't
go
rush
over
in,
there.
don't rush
Stick
in,
to the
don't
side.
rush in. Like that?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't turn out all right.
We die. He aggroes both the bosses and we die.
Don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in.
In my opinion, I didn't rush in. I was still on the edge of the pond. I thought that was not
let's
rushing
not start
in.
the day like this. We're a team.
Yeah, but don't rush in next time.
Let's not start with the gaslighting first thing before we even started.
If you think I'm gaslighting you when I say I don't think I rushed in, then
you just
because it doesn't matter what you thought, because it's what happened. We just all watched the video together.
Let's watch it again.
Okay. Now, in my opinion, back where that other light area is, that's rushing in.
Don't rush in, don't rush in, don't rush in.
This is still on the edge. Like that? See, I'm like impressed with myself for not rushing in because I didn't think I rushed in.
Well, you've just aggroed everything.
Well, I don't know.
You did because you weren't listening. That's what we're talking about.
I thought I was listening. I didn't know how far back I had to stay.
I like how he's just letting you take a paste in as well, and just kind of like.
Yeah.
Whoa, you were right. You killed me.
He died. He's a monster.
Oh my god! He stitched you up like a kid. He stitched you up like a kipper there, man. He just went in, aggroed everything,
and he's still pretending like he didn't do anything wrong. To what?
It's not that I didn't do anything wrong. It's that I didn't know that I was doing it wrong. I didn't know that was rushing in. I see now that that's based on what?
But based on what? Yeah, what are you basing that off of?
What part of it?
What part was not you rushing in? You ran in there and you shot him with a missile.
I never I didn't know that the boss was right on that little corner there. So when I killed it, I thought I was just killing 2 of the little guys before we approached, and I thought the big guys were going to be all the way in the back where the like lamps or the torches in the walls were. I didn't realize we were rushing in because I thought it was back in the corner that the guys were. So that's why I said
the
like
final
this.
blow. Here's the final blow. You've been there before. You fought those guys.
Yeah, but I didn't remember the placement of each of those characters.
So you didn't remember the placement. You didn't listen to any warnings, but you also didn't rush in or do anything wrong.
But here's the thing. No, I did rush in.
That's what you're saying, right?
I rushed in. But what I didn't realize, and I was listening, I didn't realize that I hadn't executed what you said. I thought the length of distance that I had traveled was not rushing in. I thought for me to rush in, I would have to go through that water towards that back area. I thought I was just chopping up some little guys so that we weren't rushing in. That's why. So, I mean, yes, I was wrong.
So let me modify my language so that I know what to say. So if I say don't rush in, you're still going to aggro whatever enemy you can see. So I should say don't move, don't do anything, don't be stupid.
The fast way to do it is to just say stop. Stop.
I don't think that would have worked, to be honest.
I'm going to test this out today. When I say stop, I'll see if you just stop.
Just say stop at random points to see if he stops doing what he does.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out. Okay? Fuck around and find
out. Guten Tag, Zach. Reyes Taka says the best part about James being a caster is that he still can't manage the blue line. Well, guess what,
Maybe
boys?
there's a mod that makes it so that if you press the button when you have the blue line, it automatically makes you drink. Not that I need that, but maybe there's a mod.
There might be.
Ooh, Kamikaze Ice. Since you're playing together, do you want to freshen things up a bit more? Morgan controls the stat build, equipment, spells, ashes, items, runes, Estus allotment, physics, etc. that James must play with. Morgan can be as helpful or as trolly as he wants to James's character. Read more, please.
Read more, please.
sorry.
What's in it for me?
Read more,
What's in
please.
it for me?
James controls the same things, but for the character Morgan must play with, James can be as helpful or as trolly as he wants to Morgan's character. They are free to make any changes to each other's character at all times, even during combat.
That is a phenomenal idea.
I would
like
do it for
the
James,
ideas-
but there's zero chance I would let James do it for me.
Oh, come on.
But that's the
fun
only
of it,
fair way to
Morgan.
work it. But the also it
And I would say that we wouldn't do it during combat. That would be just a nightmare.
Well, but we don't have a fair relationship. I'm pulling more weight in the fighting and stuff.
it's
not.
I think it's great. Do you know why? Because it's the ultimate test of your friendship, right? It's either going to force you to make sensible decisions about each other and about the
But
way
James
you play.
won't. Here's the problem: James won't know whether he's making a trolley decision or a good decision. He'll just be making a decision.
See?
So my build is just chaos, and his build is going to be a fine-tuned mage that he struggles to go with because it's not chaos.
Every time he makes a bad decision unintentionally to you, you should make a bad decision intentionally to him so that he feels the consequences of his own actions.
But then it just hurts me. I want us to do well.
Yeah, but it'd be great entertainment.
I want us to do well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know how to make us do well. That's the problem. So even if we both were not trying to be trolly, you would unintentionally be trolly and or take forever. Can you imagine James making decisions for my build?
It would take a bit. I would have to
It
put
would
a lot of thinking in.
And then I would have
But-
to fight you on every single thing. Like, put this here. No, well, I don't know. Are you sure you want to do that? No, yeah, that's why I'm saying to do it. No, I'm not doing this. I'm already mad thinking about it. I just want to play and have fun. That's what this is about.
Morgs just want to have fun.
Right. Well, I think we've reached the end. My only friend.
Get me out of here.
Of yet another fan mail.
All right, don't forget for next week, read all up on the Rapture, and we'll talk about it at the beginning of next.
We're starting a new religious channel.
Yeah, Bible study.
Bible study.
Bible front.
Bible front.
That sounds weird.
What else would
We
you
ever
call
thought
it?
about doing a brand change? I don't know.
God, do you not think we've had enough brand changes over the years? It's got a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, but the name Gamefront, you know,
Do you not like it?
I mean,
Not as much as
it doesn't
Bible
really
front.
mean anything.
I wonder.
It's not. It's both not abstract or like it doesn't say what it is in the title. It's not. It's neither.
What? Well, Gamefront.com.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we should be like File Boys or
File Boys.
The
File
File
Boys,
Boys of
right?
Gamefront.
File
Yeah, I'm
Boys.
sure that's gonna-
Modern Man. Modern Man.
Modern wasn't one of the other break media websites called Modern Man. I don't think we can go. I don't think we can do that.
No,
Okay,
what was
well,
it
we're just
called?
brainstorming.
Maybe it was something. It was called Made Man.
Made Man. Sorry, yeah.
And do you remember
stash
hearing the
thing.
stories about that?
Vaguely. Remind me. I like stories.
They used to very often, at least a couple times a year, get people reaching out wanting to join like the organized crime, like the mob, and they wanted to be a made man. And there would be people like that were from other
What?
countries like reaching out. It was hilarious because we would like they bring the like emails and stuff in, and it was probably the thing that's not funny is it was probably people that mentally were not really 100% qualified to be. I mean, if you're reaching out to a website called Made Man to see if you could join the mob, you're probably not well.
Well, I mean, they could have joined Break Media, which was effectively the mob. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
kinda was.
they weren't that far up. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it was twice a year, but I had read multiple letters, and we would get a good laugh out of them, the people that were, reaching out to like get in and become a made man.
Do you know what? It's funny what people will email. It's bizarre. Like, people will just send emails that are so irrelevant. I'm trying to think of examples off the top of my head, but like, people will just email in and just say like, I'm really angry because something changed in my favorite game, and I'm like, I don't know what this game is. It's got nothing to do with us. Like, I don't why you. And I don't mean email. I mean like open a support ticket. Like, I mean they want us to fix the problem. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I don't even know what you're talking about. It's crazy.
My bigger thing that I think is bizarre is how much spam I get. I get spam of like, we just need you to claim this money before such and such time because we've got $100,000 for you, and this is our third attempt. So not that the email goes out, but like just the idea that there's anyone in the world that would fall for that. When you get 20, 40, 50 of them a day, what is it? Does the person that falls for that fall for it every time? Or is it just that the first time they get that email, that's the time they're the sucker? Like, how does that work? I get that email between one at least or 100 times in a day. I'll never fall for it, but who does? And how many times?
It's an interesting thing because they're called 419 scammers. They're like, the Nigerian print scams and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like phishing, right? Like, they will send so many of those emails out every single day. But they will very rarely ever get a bite, right? Like, it's very rarely that. But when they do get a bite, it's always like an elderly person or somebody's like really seriously vulnerable, right? So like they're super manipulatable and gullible and stuff like that. And then they compile lists of these people because if they fall for a scam once, they are actually more likely to fall for a scam again and again and again. Oof. And they just kind of roll on that way. And it's disgusting.
Now, I kind of hear what you're saying, but at the same time, and I would have believed that more 10 years ago, but now as people have gotten older and as they're entering their elderly years, they might lose, like they might have some, mental capacity that has been diminished. But otherwise, it's part of our culture. Like, spam is something you've seen for every day for at least 10 years, if not 20 years.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be these people that are surprised because they've seen this exact email. If you've had an email address since yesterday, well, then you've already seen this email today when the next one comes in about your $150,000 you got.
Yeah, but like I say, you have to understand
most of
that
those things are filtered out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say most of them are filtered out by spam, so you don't see them. So the one that makes it past, you're like, wait, how did this get here? Like, it might be the first time you're seeing it, even if you get 50,000 a day.
Yeah, and like I say, it's a very small sliver of people. Like, and also you should also be very careful about being complacent and saying like, oh yeah, I absolutely understand, because like even the most seasoned people will fall for say you're expecting an Amazon package tomorrow, and you get an email that talks about, oh, there's been a problem with your package, and you're expecting the package, and you kind of fold yourself into this false sense of security sometimes, and like people fall for scams when you think they would never fall for them. But
I've almost fallen for them. I'm not blaming. I'm just talking about the obvious ones.
I
don't remember what it was. I think it might have been PayPal or Venmo or something that sent me an alert saying that like somebody had made a purchase with it, and like I looked at the emails, everything looked right. And I did not like click on any links in there. And then I logged into my own, I think it was PayPal account, and nothing was there. And I looked at the email after knowing nothing had been taken from my account, and I still couldn't see where the phishing was. But I knew that the facts that it was telling me were wrong because I also had my own account open.
Yeah. And those are the kind of scams that a lot of people fall for. But with the high money, low response kind of the Nigerian print scams, there's a certain section of society, and if you've ever worked in like customer services or like been involved in any kind of social work, or like if you've ever sort of encountered like the
public,
I mean there are vulnerable people who just simply cannot process or understand what's happening, right? Like they just simply assume that it's genuine.
Now I hear you say that, but how many? Like, do they fall for it every single day? Like, because if you fall for it once, I imagine that it's because you're going to fall for it every time. Like, what is there? I just don't understand how the business works. What are they going to get really? That person who falls for it must have already fallen for it, and they've lost all their money in the first scam.
I mean, but whatever money they can get.
Here's 20 alternative names for GameFront.
Okay.
This is given to us by Chat GPT.
Fantastic. I'm really excited about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Morgan.
Do you want me to put that picture back on the screen while we do this?
Modnexus.com.
Right. Well, that's ripping off Nexus mods, so I don't think that's viable.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just reading what the good
modnexus.com.
AI gave me, right?
Not Nexus mods, but modnexus.com. They'll never catch us. Right. Moving on. Number 2.
GameModHub.com.
Way too wordy.
Modcrafters.
I like that.
That sounds like a show. It's
available.
A brand change.
Only for $4,000 you can own Modcrafters.
Too expensive.
Wow.
Modplus.net, not .com. I don't know why.
Nope.
GameTweakCenter.com.
That sounds like a drug.
Sounds too much like
thing.
a tweaker.
Yeah.
Modversehub.com.
Nope. That's shit.
Nope.
Playmodded.com.
Nope.
That's not terrible, but it's too long.
It
Again,
sounds
it's
like just clickbait.
Yeah.
Modmingle.com.
Modmingle.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
I would join that.
If you want to date your fellow modders.
Like I think we should have had the chat group.
Find single modders near you.
Modmingle.com. Somebody snap that up. Pixelmodder.com.
Oh.
Modspectrum.net.
No, that's
too wordy.
GameModder HQ.
Again, it's just more wordy than what we've got.
Modfusionzone.com.
No.
Dumb.
Modderhaven.
That's good.
Game Mod Grove.
No.
Mod Masters Hub.
No. Don't like it.
That's cool. The Mod Masters?
Yeah, but you have to type out modmastershub.com. It's way too long.
Yeah.
Moduniverse.net. Okay.
No.
Pixelforgemods.com.
Oh,
no, that's just stealing CurseForge. Like that we can't do that.
Modepiccenter.com.
Fuck me.
No.
GameModEnclave.com.
GameMod Enclave. No, who can spell enclave in the chat?
ModSourceForge.com.
Again, just ripping off SourceForge. Just no.
All right, regenerate it.
No, I don't need to hear anymore. I liked a couple of them.
Pelagius says Modfront, and funny story. When we I'll tell you the story. When we acquired GameFront from Defy Media, as it was, the Hindenburg crashing into the ground, as it were, at the end there. They very politely, they just allowed a bunch of people to just upload films and all kinds of cracks and patches, and so the website got DMCA'd to absolute F, right? Like it was just, Google was like, no, you're not allowed to run ads on this website anymore because you guys are just full of piracy, and because they just left it to rack and ruin, right? And then they took it down for 6 months before they let us put it back up again. So, Defy Media, they were lovely people and they looked after that site very well. But the upshot of it is that we weren't allowed to run ads on GameFront.com or FileFront.com when we acquired it. So at one point, we were giving very serious consideration of changing it to modfront.com because that would have allowed us to get around the fact that we were blocked on the ads. In the end, we got it fixed and everything's fine now and we're allowed to run ads again. But at one point, we were giving it very serious thought because of how fucked Defy Media left things. But yeah, there you go. But as it stands, I think changing it now would be a mistake on multiple levels. But yeah,
somebody in the Netherlands is parked on it.
Yeah, that's the other problem we had. It would have either had to have been like modfront.io or something like that, or it would have had to have been an expensive purchase of a domain.
I just remembered his name. Dave Moss.
Dave Moss.
Moss.
Yeah.
That's Lasercorn's name. Dave Moss.
That's
God,
the
that
speed
feels
of
good.
James's brain.
Oh
Took him
God.
2 hours to
Took him
remember
the
someone's
whole
name.
stream to get there,
No,
but he got there in
it's
the
been
end.
since yesterday. I saw this picture of him and Andrea Renee, and I was like, oh, I miss them. And then I was like, what's his name? I was like, if I saw him, I couldn't call him Lasercorn. Like, what a bizarre thing that would be. And I could not remember for the life of me. I finally got to the name Dave, but that was as far as I could get. Dave Moss.
Do you guys remember all the different names that the website was called over the years, or do you?
I only remember Filefront and Gamefront.
I will list all the names for you, right? And for Morgan really, and then you tell me which one you thought was the best, right? So the first name was IOERA. So like how your computer has
That's pretty funny, but that's a terrible name.
It's a terrible name.
I like it in the humor of it, but that's a terrible name.
So 1998, about there, it was called IOERA.com. And then the next name after that was FileLeech.com.
Oh my God! I totally used to use FileLeech. That's probably how I got into Filefront.
Yeah, it's the same website. So FileLeech I quite liked as a good name because most people even now what they do is they just literally leech the files off you and go.
Yeah.
Right? Like they don't. So FileLeech was a good name, and then FilesNetwork.com was the next name after
That's
that.
dumb.
Nobody likes FilesNetwork.com. Okay, and then it was FileFront.com.
I liked Filefront.
And then obviously GameFront.com.
Yeah, the only problem I had with Filefront is it seemed so business, and I wanted and Gamefront I think is in the spirit of what I want mods for. Did people ever really use Filefront for something other than gaming? Wasn't it pretty much always just games?
Yeah,
I remember getting the old Capture the Flag. I don't know, not Capture the Flag. Maybe it was. Oh, it was Team Fortress for Half-Life was before it was its own game. It was just a mod, and I'm pretty sure that was the first thing I got from Filefront.
Yeah, I mean when it was FileLeech and Files Network, and it was basically like it is now, right? It was just about the mods, like video game mods and stuff, even though it had file in the name. But when there was a big thing in the mid 2000s when you had things like what were they called? All those file sharing sites
Azure or
no, it's way before that. It was more of the
Napster.
You had Napster, which was more for music, I guess. But there was Mega Upload and all those kinds of places.
Yeah,
right?
I used to do it I would use it to get music.
Yeah, all those places you would get
and comic books.
Yeah, everywhere you would get
comic books.
Everywhere you would go to kind of steal stuff, download pirated movies and Mediafire. Yeah. All of those places. So they kind of wanted to plug into that a little bit. So in the mid 2000s, it was you could upload anything you wanted for a long time. It was still mainly video games, and it still had a joystick in the logo and stuff, but there was a bit of that wanting to be a everything kind of file. There's no reason to do that anymore because now there's cloud hosting services, and that kind of service has kind of died. It doesn't really exist anymore as a business. But yeah, that was kind of the thing behind it. But then when they changed it to Gamefront.com, obviously that was a pivot back in the other direction, really.
Yeah.
And then that's when the editorial started and you guys started and stuff like that. So
did you guys ever play the original I think it was just Team Fortress, but I played multiple versions of it before Team Fortress 2 came out. Did you play that original one?
Yeah, the mod for Half-Life.
Yeah, so what was the art style of Team Fortress 2 I think is way better. I love how cartoony it is. But the original one had a spy, and it was always my favorite character to be. But not only did you look like the other team when you were there, you'd be on their side, but when you did your I guess it was a grenade, but it was hallucinations, and it would make it look like there was attacks coming from all over. I loved that. Then they ended up changing the way that worked, and I don't remember how it turned out. Maybe it is the same, but they didn't have the hallucination bombs anymore.
Yeah, the mad thing is all that stuff's still there, right? Yeah. So you can go back and play it, everything. And someone in the chat just asked about it, and Mikey linked them to it. And yeah, if you can go all the way back to the early 2000s, and all of the mods and all of it's all still there, which is nice.
Really cool.
None of the piracy is, but hey ho. You'll have to look somewhere else for the first 4
Good
seasons
luck.
of Game of Thrones. So Breaking Bad, it's not there anymore. But anyway, sweet. I think that wraps it up then.
Yeah.
We'll catch you all again sometime. Oh, Morgan, are you doing your daily streams again anytime soon, or is that out the window?
No.
No. Sweet. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. He's cancelled. Morgan's cancelled. All right. Bye bye.